What's up YouTube, it's me Jess and I'm an opera singer. Today's sponsored video is going to be a performance analysis on Nana Mouskouri singing L'amour en héritage. Let's go.
J'ai reçu l'amour en héritage un matin au pays des cigales. La folie et le génie voyage bien au-delà du temps, bien par-dessus. J'en ai tourné des pages pendant mes années folles ou sages. Pour quelqu'un qu'on aurait mal au cage, c'est un beau cadeau, l'amour en héritage.
Very pretty. Let's pause here for a quick second. I love how effortless and easygoing her higher notes are within the phrase. She makes it just sound like just another note that's part of, one community of notes within a phrase. And I say this to say it's not oversung, it's not overpressed. She's not trying to put too much attention towards that higher note just because it's higher within the rest of the other notes in the phrase. And I think this is important to take in because just because a note is the highest note in the phrase doesn't mean it needs to be the center of attention. It doesn't mean that it needs to always have this climactic or super attention grabber feel to it. It's just another way to make the line, the melodic line, somewhat interesting and have variety. Yes, there are climactic moments, but every high note doesn't need to have that type of a feel. And I really appreciate that artistry and not over singing or over pressing on every high note that's in the song. I will also say her vibrato is very interesting. I really love paying special attention to different singers' vibratos. And this is because someone's vibrato really is what makes their tone and just their overall sound unique to them. Using vibrato is a way to give characteristic and depth to your overall sound. And so I really like to pay attention to hear how each singer's vibrato is different because they are. And so I really enjoy hearing the quality of her sound, the overall depth and the enhancement of her tone as she is singing with vibrato. It's really, really beautiful. It's very classy and almost timeless in a sense. Lastly, I don't know if you saw my facial expression, but there was a key change moment and it was emphasizing the major key, and it was, I have the lyrics, it was on the phrase where she was singing the lines, for someone who can't be put in a cage. And I thought this emphasized key change on these words, for someone who can't be put in a cage, is just kind of a representation of strength.
Dans mes années folles ou sages, pour quelqu'un qu'on aurait mal au cage, c'est un beau cadeau, l'amour en héritage.
Well, let's shift into a major key and show that I am someone who can't be put in a cage. I thought that was just very fitting for where that fit within the song.
Et si ma vie se bredouille en chemin, si le chemin reconduit
Beautiful. Very, very, very nice. Okay, so There was a phrase, let me pull up the lyrics. There's a phrase where I was a little iffy about the way that she sang it. Si mes chemins ont causé des torrents. So the way that she sang this phrase, if you notice, she took a pretty large breath before this phrase, almost in a gasping way. And then the way that she sang "on" was disconnected. She let go of the sound, but didn't take a breath to go up to that "on," and then went all the way to "Croisé des torrents." To me, that whole line just was a little bit off, and I was trying to figure out what she was trying to do. But that being said, the very next line, I literally forgot about what she did because the next line was so good. On est toujours un oiseau de bohème, un enfant du printemps. The way that she sang this next phrase, I love how she sang "oh." She like kind of slid up to it and had like this head movement back as she was singing it. It was really nice. And then to hear this beautiful long legato line go all the way to un oiseau. Is that where it went to? So the line where she was singing this beautiful legato phrase, it remains always a gypsy bird, a child of springtime. I just love how connected this phrase was in comparison, let's say, to the phrase before. Love her mixed voice. Her mixed voice is so well placed, and she looks like she's not even really trying. It just looks like it's coming out so effortlessly. I really loved the way that she structured some of her phrases. So, looking at the lyrics, en matin, au pays des cigales, la folie et la génie voyage, bien au-delà du temps. So, this whole section, she structured her phrases in a way that gave shape to the overall phrase. And this is super important. You don't want your phrases to just be stagnant and boring as you're singing it. You want to give some sort of a journey to each and every phrase. For en matin, I love how she sang through the M of matin. Matin, however the line goes, but I love how she sang through that M, and that kind of gave a forward drive going into the word matin and then further into the next words. Then, if you noticed, the next phrase, la folie, you heard how she kind of sang or stayed on the F of the word folie, kind of delaying the word overall. But it again gave some sort of a forward drive into the phrase. And then she dipped low for the et la génie voyage. And then for the next phrase, bien au-delà. You see on the word de la, there is an accent. And you can hear her accent on this word just in the way that she's singing it. Voyage, bien au-delà. She paid a little extra attention to the note on the word with the accent, which therefore puts that accented syllable of the word to the forefront. All of these little touches are just cherries on tops that make the overall singing and the overall sound that much more enjoyable, and it shows a depth of artistry within her as a performer. So I just loved those little touches. Aww. So good. Nice. I'm sorry, I have to rewind. That straight tone note and that long held out note just sounded so good. Okay, going back. So good. So good. Hearing that straight tone note held out for that long almost creates this dissonance, this need for a resolve, and that resolve is a vibrato, and she gave it to us at the last second of that held out note. You just heard straight tone, straight tone, straight tone, straight tone, and then at the very end you heard her vibrato come through as she went to go and finish the phrase. My god, it sounded so good. That was just crystal clear, super effortless singing. If you liked all that you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and comment down below if this is your first time hearing Miss Nana sing. Also, make sure to turn on those bell notifications so you know every time I put up a video on YouTube. If you'd like to sponsor your own video like this one, check out my description box where there's a link under sponsor your own video. That link will take you directly to my webpage where we will go through the process of getting your favorite artists out on my channel quickly. If you'd like to keep in touch with me, I'll have my Discord link as well as my Patreon down in the description box below. My Patreon only starts at $3 a month, and I have some super exclusive perks just for my patrons, so make sure you check that out. And lastly, if you'd like to book a voice lesson with me, I'll have the link to my webpage down in the description box as well. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!